Hello. So today's dream interpretation is very interesting. It's very short and seems like quite simple, but extremely deep. And so this dream is that there's this daughter and this mother walking this like journey, this path, right? And they're walking, and then all of a sudden, I think it's the mother. I don't know if it comes through like the heavens, right, or something, but there's like mustard that like they get, like, you know, so like the bottle of the mustard, right, like the French mustard that you put in on, not that it's French, but that's what it's called, French mustard, you know, that yellow mustard that they put on hot dogs. And so they you know, they sort of like squirt it on this very long like journey, like over them, like it's a rainbow, right? The mustard sort of goes like a rainbow, and it's squirted, right? We don't know who the squirting is. I don't know if the mother is the one that squirts it or it sort of gets squirted. I think it's the mother. And so it squirts it like that, right? And it sort of covers them in together, right? This mustard like that. And I don't know if it falls on something or whatever. I guess it's sort of irrelevant. And it covers them, and it covers about a mile, right? But it covers all their journey. Okay, very interesting. So that's an extremely deep symbolism of a dream. Okay, and all the dreams are very deep, but this was very interesting. So if you take mustard per se, and it was hard for me to interpret, sort of. So if you take mustard per se, right? Mustard comes from a mustard seed, and it's one of the smallest seeds. It's super small, and it is quoted in the Bible, right? Where I think, and, you know, don't quote me on it, but I think that, you know, God tells them, if you have, you know, if you have faith the size of the mustard seed, you can, if you wish for a mountain to move, it could be moved. So your faith will do the impossible and will do incredible miracles, right? It also is very interesting because I believe that it grows. I don't know if it's a shrub or a tree or whatever, but it grows huge, is my understanding, right? So a little mustard seed, like the size of a, maybe what do you call it, peppercorn, and, you know, it sort of is like that, a little bit smaller than that, about half the size, all right, of a peppercorn is really what a mustard seed is. And so how incredible and how potent, right, that seed is in order to grow, you know, this enormous, I don't know if it's a bush or a tree, you know, I think it's like, maybe it's a tree, 20 to 30, you know, feet is, I think, what I read, because I researched it, because that's what I do, right, as a dream interpreter. So this is what the deal is with that dream. So the dream is that based on their faith and based on spirituality and whatever it is that they believe in, they will be fully protected in their journey together. And obviously they're together, right, in this journey of life, that they're together. And the daughter was an adult, so they are going through this path, and the daughter was at the beginning. So the mustard, right, is sort of like creating this protection around their journey, because the mustard is sort of like, it sort of gets squirted all over them, right, like on top, not all over them, but it sort of creates like a rainbow type effect of yellow, and it's mustard, right? So it means that they have enormous faith, and that whatever their journey is not only protected, but mostly and protected by faith, that they are truly in faith in their journey and their beliefs and their unity and their relationship with each other in this path, in this journey that they're walking in. And so they are protected, and because of their faith, they will get through any type of challenges, or get through, you know, their journey very successfully, very protected, and very abundant, because, you know, it's a little seed that creates this incredible abundance, and that gives so much abundance, and that through the seed, you know, God sort of mentions that if you have, you know, that little bit of faith, that you will be tremendously rewarded, you know, through his divine grace. So that's really what it was. It was really, truly a very beautiful dream in terms of the mustard seed. And even though it wasn't a mustard seed, I sort of, you know, sort of interpreted that they didn't know what a mustard seed was, because I sort of asked them. And so part of the reason that it was like a squirting of the mustard, right, was because if they would have seen the mustard seed, that, you know, in their dream, they probably wouldn't have been able to understand what it was. But because it was the mustard, right, that they sort of, you know, that was sort of squirted through their whole journey, and sort of a protection and sort of like a rainbow effect, then they were able to come in and ask about the interpretation. But it was a very beautiful dream, and really in the whole sense of the whole thing is that they are truly protected down their path, and obviously it's a journey, and it's a path among them. And not only are they protected, but they have enormous faith, and they will be very prosperous, and they will have a very successful journey, which is life. Many blessings, love and light. Ciao.